Damien, the first President's Cup win for the club. How do you reflect on it?
Happy with the performance, content. It was a very, very efficient performance, I'd say. I think the sending off obviously kills the competitiveness of the game, the intensity of the game. Impressed with a lot of things, but I'm not getting carried away. Brilliant win, great to have more silverware in this beautiful stadium, but we know the minute the league starts, it's going to be different levels.
You weren't taking it as a friendly, and then by the looks of the squad tonight, they weren't either.
Well, they were here. No! Still always find it bizarre that they call the charity sheet in England friendly, this a friendly. It's not. Like I said, very good performance, I'd say. Efficient, I think, is just the word. How we played it, great to get 2 goals off set pieces, great to keep a clean sheet, and then they obviously go down to 10 men just to kill their spirit and keeping the ball. Maybe a few too many cheap turnovers, but outside of that, it was a nice evening. Quite
a bit of quality from the new signings Meepo gets on the score sheet.
Yeah, he's an absolute handful, and I love that he's smiling with his football as well. He's settling really, really well, and like I've said many times over the last 3 years, we're into our 4th year now, when guys like Meepo and Kerr, for instance, and Ellis, they make that bold decision to come over to the league, and I don't think they disrespect the league, which is a big help. I think if you disrespect this league, you'll be found out. So brilliant for him, great for the new guys getting on the pitch.
Do you have to put some time in your calendar for longer debates about starting lineups now with a stronger squad?
Here possibly. There's obviously going to be guys that are going to be upset, but we laughing out about it to this day. Probably our longest ever chat. Choosing the starting lineup was Bonaghy, believe it or not, because it was just such an unknown quantity to me, and I thought I was going up to play I don't know, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, or no disrespect to Bonaghy, so that's probably our longest. But yeah, it's going to be.
How long did you spend?
A few days. No, absolutely, there's going to be guys disappointed, and I'd like to think we're half decent coaches, but sometimes the best coach, as I've said, is competition, and we have that now. But listen, when you strip the starting lineup back tonight, it nearly picked itself. Lads coming back from injury, the likes of JJ, Ellis, and a few more. So here, I said, be disappointed, but show me, get in the team.
It's an important fixture to have, like a full house at Talca Park, a game that means something before going into Derry. You don't want to go into a fixture like that cold. Is it going to be really beneficial in the long run to start like we did tonight?
I think so. Like I said, it's silverware. But yeah, if this game wasn't tonight, we'd be playing a friendly in front of a couple of hundred people somewhere. So absolute brilliant bonus that we had the game. Simple as that.
How's your injury situation looking?
Good. A few aches and pains and niggles and bruises tonight, but everybody that had their boots on tonight is fit and will be available next week. So it's just the guys that missed out.
There are 2 players that we probably didn't see enough of their best last season, in Harry Wood and Sam Bone. They both looked really solid tonight. Were you happy with their performances in particular?
Yes. Listen, Harry Wood, if he retired tomorrow, he's in Shelbourne folklore. But listen, they came, and they obviously came from England, pre-seasons and no pre-seasons, and seasons rolling into seasons. It was strange for them, so they'll admit themselves they never go up to a top speed, a top fitness, athletically, physically, everything, and they're hungry to get there. And you could say they look really good. They were standout performers tonight, and why not even the players or the staff? I've asked questions of them because I know there's so much more in the tank, and they've showed it tonight.
Great to get all the new signings on the pitch as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, beautiful. It was nice. So just getting the feel for it in the crowd and letting the crowd see them. So it was always important. And like I've openly said, the opening sign, the new signings, are big players, and they're going to be big players for us. So it's great to get them on.
The start of the season last year, how well we started the season, really gave us a springboard for success later on in the season. Is that something that is paramount in your thoughts going into next Friday?
Of course it is. It gave us a great choice of word from you there, springboard. At the same time, the league isn't won, and round one or the first few weeks. But yeah, it's important to start strong and give us that momentum, that belief. And I absolutely, as I've always said in the previous 3 years, that wherever we start, whatever level, we'll just get better and better and better and better, fitter, stronger, and a more cohesive unit, because there is, I guess, new signings in the squad.
Boydie again.
Boydie again, yeah. I warned him yesterday. I said, if you dye your hair, you're going to have to back it up. So you could argue he did with a lovely goal.
Thanks, Damien.
Thank you.